Hi everyone, my name's John Whittle. That little exercise you just did with Sean comes from a research project that I authored about 6 years ago, which looks at the relationship between law firms and their clients, specifically on value. How lawyers perceive value being created, how clients perceive value being created, and where the disconnects may come from and what to do about those. So I'll start by looking at solicitors and lawyers and where they add value. So in the research, 77% of lawyers thought that the value they created was good or excellent, their value for money. That's a high number. 3/4 of the survey think they provide good or excellent value for money. And they measure that by the quality of the legal service they provide. That's what law firms are for. That's what they do. They deliver high quality, robust, defendable legal advice. And that's it. So law firms spend their money, their priorities are all about improving the quality of the legal advice that they can provide. And interestingly, when you talk to lawyers about the legal advice that they provide, 77% of them do not think that this makes law firms part of the service industry. They're very clear on that. The law is not a service industry. Let's talk about clients. In the same survey, 26% of clients felt that they got good or excellent value for money in their relations with the law firm. 67% of them also were not loyal to one law firm because, as one of the clients said in the qualitative research, let's face it, they're all the same. Clients value outcomes. Clients go to law because they have a real world problem that needs legal advice or legal input in order to proceed to the next stage. So value for a client is being able to move into the house before the baby's born. Value for a client is getting granddad's probate sorted so that granny's got money to live on. They're very straightforward real world issues, and if the law firm isn't helping them with that, then their perception of the value for money is poor, and very often it is poor. So let's look at the disconnect. Why do these two sides have such different views? And I think this in part is because of the way law firms charge. Because if you look at legal advice provided on an hourly basis versus legal advice provided on a fixed or capped price, clients' responses are very different. 86% of clients who paid fixed price are happy with the outcomes. Less than a quarter of clients who paid on an hourly rate or an open-ended arrangement are happy with the outcomes. So therein lies the nub of the problem. Because clients are obsessed with outcomes, they're terrified to phone a lawyer who only talks about the inputs, the legal issues, the challenges, and then charges them for that. Clients don't care, as I say. Clients assume good law. Good law is implicit because you're a law firm. So what can law firms do? Well, law firms can address the way they talk. They can switch their marketing and their website from being about them and the legal work that they do to being about their clients. It's a small shift, but it's massive, and most law firms can't do it. And interestingly, if you look at law firm websites and you look at the About Us and you take the identifiers, the location, the names of the people, and you feed that About Us back to the law firm, most managing partners of most law firms can't spot their own. So if law firms can't tell themselves from another law firm, what chance do clients have, really? So, moving to what you can do about it, you can do a number of things. You can invest in value pricing, because value pricing is the one thing that will make the greatest difference. You can invest in processes, and you can invest in training for your solicitors to help them listen to clients. Sounds silly, but work on the real world problem, not the legal problem. And finally, you can do something about your front-facing, your marketing. Talk not as lawyers, but as service providers. It's a very different thing. I'm very happy to help with this. I've done this a lot. My career for the last 15 years has been working with law firms, helping them understand and helping them to behave differently. Thank you for your time. It's been a pleasure to have been a part of your day today. I wish you well. Good luck for the future.